Well, this is a video that I've been avoiding for quite some time, but I thought now is a good time to probably sit down and talk about this topic. And I think I'm going to title this video, I Haven't Left Gaming, Gaming Has Left Me. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I hope you guys enjoy the background here. It's just the PlayStation 5 home screen because I have no appetite to play anything right now because of the sad state that we're in as a gaming industry. I feel like the high that we were at towards the end of the eighth generation has now crashed and burned. I feel like that's where we're at right now. We have the end, like the unofficial end of Xbox. So, just to recap, Game Pass is now $30 a month. Microsoft is contemplating even making another console. And if they do make another console, it's all but confirmed that it won't support physical media. It will be one of two things. It'll either be like a little streaming box, like a little Roku box that just goes up, hooks up to the TV, and you can access Game Pass through it. Or if they don't do that, it'll be like a gaming PC with some kind of modified version of Windows. That's what I see Microsoft doing next. So to me, that's not a true console because a console to me it's a dedicated platform with its own UI, its own software, controller in your hand, and you're able to buy the games physically on disc. That's a console, and you don't have to upgrade it at all throughout the generation. That's how I see gaming. That's how I've always preferred to game. Now, some of you guys are PC nerds and you think that the only thing that matters is graphics. I don't give a shit about your new graphics card. I care about having a good gaming experience on my console, good single player storylines experiences. That's what I care about. So I'm kind of like over this whole thing about, well, what's the resolution? What's the frame rates? Is it 4K 60? That's like some early 8th gen talk. Like, I'm over that shit. I think we're at a point in the gaming industry where there's a baseline, and when a game comes out, we can just expect it to look good. Now that we've moved past that, and that's the baseline for games now, the games need to be fun. That should be the most important thing. I don't care what the game looks like. If I'm not having fun, then I don't want to play the game. But I'm also really upset with gaming right now because I'm an Xbox guy, and like I told you guys the other day, I was gonna move to PlayStation, and yeah, I can keep gaming for the time being, but it still doesn't make me feel any better about the whole loss of Xbox because I was a diehard 360 guy. That's what I grew up with. That's what all my friends were on. I built up an account over 10 plus years of all of my game history, over 600,000 Gamerscore, and now I just have to abandon all that. And yeah, trophies are cool. And actually, I will say that I actually prefer trophies at this point in time. But the only reason why I still hold on to achievements is just because of how much I've built up over the years. If it hadn't been for that, then I would prefer trophies. And it's because Microsoft has no response to the Platinum Trophy. I've been talking about this for years. All Microsoft would have to do is add in like a platinum achievement or a gold achievement, whatever, that you unlock when you complete a game. And that list is separate from your Gamerscore and achievements list, and it's displayed on your profile, and it would actually give you an incentive to complete games. Right now, I have no incentive to 100% any of my Xbox games. There's just no point. Because at that point, if I'm just sitting there grinding for like 2 or 3 more achievements and I'm only going to get like 50 more gamer score out of the game, at that point, I'd rather just go start a new game and try to build up my overall gamer score. But on PlayStation, the most important thing on your profile is how many platinums you have. Yeah, maybe your level is important and the total amount of trophies is important, but the platinums is the most important thing. But Microsoft, if they actually gave a shit, could easily just do an update, like I said, and have a response to the Platinum Trophy, but they don't because they don't care. The Microsoft, their bottom line is not hardware. It's not physical media. They want to make Game Pass the equivalent of what Windows is for computers, but for video games and gamers. So they want Game Pass to just be a digital software subscription service that comes on everything, and it's the go-to for everybody in the industry. Kind of like how Windows, yeah, there's Mac and there's Linux, but nobody's really using that. The standard is Windows, and that's Microsoft's vision for Game Pass. And I was saying for years that once physical media is gone and the only thing left are the streaming services, they're going to raise the prices because they've got you cornered and you have no other options. But nobody believed me. They all just, said I was an idiot and it's such a great deal. Obviously, it's not such a great deal anymore. But like I'm saying, physical media, that's how I enjoy my games. So this is a perfect example of gaming leaving me. I want to continue buying my games physically, but we're coming to a point now in the industry where I'm going to be pretty much told to fuck off. I doubt Microsoft is going to give us physical media on their next console. I think Sony will. They will give us a add-on that you buy separately, a disc drive. I could see them doing that for one more generation, but I couldn't see them doing that 2 more generations after that. I feel like even they will be all digital. I don't know what Nintendo's going to do, but I don't really care about Nintendo, to be honest. And another big gripe I have right now with the gaming industry is like the state of games is just not what it was. Even like towards the end of the 8th gen. Like games are just coming out unfinished and buggy and like the game's awful. And then maybe a year later they've put out the final patch and the game is completely overhauled. But at that point, does anybody give a shit? Halo Infinite, Battlefield 2042. Just go down the list. All these modern games that have come out in like the last 3-4 years all come out completely broken. Developers just don't care anymore because they know they can ship a game unfinished and just have a patch come out later. Versus like back in like the 6th gen and even like the early 7th gen, when a game came out, it had to be done because most people didn't have Xbox Live or PS Plus and they weren't doing the internet. So the game had to be done. But that's just not the case anymore. And that's just, I feel like we went down a road with patches that we'll never be able to undo. And it's just ruined the gaming industry. And also like the lack of new games and the amount of remasters we're getting it's killing the 9th generation. We all say that the 9th generation is a terrible generation. It's one of the worst ever. And I think that's one of the main points that people make is that we're not getting any new experiences. Like, we're getting experiences like, don't get me wrong. I want to relive like the glory days, like Modern Warfare 2 remastered. But I would like to have something that's unique to 2025, like an experience that's brand new. And when I think back on it in 10 years, I'm going to think about this year, not necessarily just reliving 2009 or 2010 or some other year. That's probably my biggest gripe. And yeah, the counter argument to this from developers is that games are so expansive now that they take so much more time and so much more talent to make. Well, that's fine, but like work on that instead of just only focusing on remasters. And then you have like the death of COD, which was my favorite franchise, a lot of people's favorite franchise throughout the 7th and 8th generation. And COD has just gone to shit. It's so bad now. It's unplayable. It has been unplayable for a long time, but I feel like with Black Ops 6, that for me was the final nail in the coffin because I hate this milsim era that we're in. And I was just going to give Treyarch one last chance just because I felt like they were the best developer. And it was essentially just Cold War II. So they lost me, and I'm not going back. The only way I'm going to go back at this point is for a Modern Warfare 2 remastered. And, other than the game itself just not being up to par with what we want, COD, the community around COD has just changed for the worse over the years. I feel like nowadays the only thing anybody gives a shit about is fucking cosmetics and like the free-to-play bullshit and Battle Royale. But like back in the OG Modern Warfare 2 days, the only thing that mattered was loading into the game, fucking shit up, and being the best person in the lobby and talking shit. And that's another point. Online gaming as a community is fucking dead in this generation. Nobody has a mic, plugs it in, talks. Nobody wants to be in game chat. That was a part of the experience back in the day. It was the trash talking and the OG Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. That shit's fucking gone. So that's also another depressing note. But like I was saying, Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009, you loaded into the game and you wanted to just dominate the other team. You wanted to drop a nuke. You wanted to get an AC-130. That was the most important thing in the game. Now it's, oh, what camo do I fucking have? What operator skin do I have? And it's funny because even the same people who complain about microtransactions, cosmetics, they complain and then 5 minutes later they load into the game and are grinding for the very same cosmetics that they were just bitching about. So unfortunately, I don't see that changing anytime soon because everybody's feeding into it. It's just a couple of guys like me who refuse to support it, but it's a very small number of people. And then also, like, I'm big on achievements and trophies, and achievements especially, I mean, this kind of goes, trophies kind of have the same problem, but specifically achievements just are completely fucked in this generation. Achievements don't unlock half the time, and it's so fucking frustrating. And the first game that comes to mind when I talk about this is the Halo Master Chief Collection, because about a year ago, I set out to 100% Halo, the Master Chief Collection, and I'm not kidding you. Had to have been every other achievement did not unlock. So finally, I got frustrated and I uninstalled the game because I'm not going to waste my time, bust my balls to complete one of the hardest games on the Series X just to get fucked. I mean, why would anyone waste their time doing that? And it's not just the Master Chief Collection. It's seriously about half the games I own have unobtainable achievements. And they're unobtainable because they won't unlock, but also there's the fact that, and this is kind of specific to this generation, and I guess the 8th generation as well, DLC achievements, multiplayer achievements, timed DLC achievements that no longer can get because the servers are down or the store shut down and they're not selling the DLC anymore. I'm a completionist. I want to complete games. So when I consistently can't complete a game because the servers are down, the DLC is not being sold anymore, or whatever the case is, it's just beyond fucking frustrating. And I've run into this so many times in the past calendar year with games like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 because there's a fucking DLC mode with achievements that's no longer in the rotation. Tiger Woods 06. I'm trying to complete all the fucking 360 launch titles. Can't complete that game because the servers are shut down. It's just endless. So it comes to a point where it's like, as an achievement hunter, do I even want to continue on with this journey of trying to complete all these games? And honestly, the answer is no. Like if I consistently keep starting games just to get fucked, I just want nothing to do with it anymore. And I know trophies to a lesser extent have issues like glitching out, not unlocking, but from what I've heard and read, the problem's not as bad as it is with achievements. And then also, you guys, I think one of the final nails in the coffin, other than the whole physical media going away and the subscription services being a monopoly and raising prices, is the fact that there is no more real exclusives on really either the PlayStation or the Xbox. But the Xbox is way more guilty of this than PlayStation. PlayStation, you at least get like a timed DLC. Maybe it's out on PlayStation only for a month or a year. Then it comes to PC. But Xbox just completely said fuck it. They have 2 exclusives, Halo and Gears of War. One of which completely fucking sucks now. Halo is garbage. Yeah, it was the king back in the day with Halo 3 and Halo Reach. It's a former shell of itself, and it fucking sucks now. So the only thing we really have from Xbox is Gears of War. And guess what? That's now officially gone to PlayStation. It was already going to PC, but now they've just flat out said, hey, yep, fuck it. Everybody have all of our games. There's no reason to buy an Xbox anymore. And PlayStation's doing it now too. So what's the point in even owning a console? But you guys, I think this is going to blow up in Microsoft's face. Because Microsoft is betting so hard on Game Pass and that everyone will pay for Game Pass no matter what they use. But I I feel like most people who don't own an Xbox console are not going to pay for Game Pass because casual gamers who play are they want to sell Game Pass like through TVs and just all this stuff, and I feel like casual gamers are not going to do that, and hardcore gamers are not going to do that. And I don't see a whole lot of PlayStation gamers signing up for Xbox Game Pass because why wouldn't they just pay for the PlayStation streaming service? So I feel like this is going to blow up in Microsoft's face, and they will be left without a console, and then Game Pass will implode on itself. And then at that point, they will just walk away from gaming altogether. But to recap, I have not changed my love for gaming. Gaming has walked away from me by ditching traditional consoles, physical media, real exclusives, solid games, finished games when they come out at launch, achievement support and trophy support, all of it. I've just had enough of it. Call of Duty going to shit. This free-to-play mindset garbage state of multiplayer games that we're in. Focus away from actually being good at the game and just having fun on the game to cosmetics and fucking microtransactions. All of these things have just ruined gaming for me. So I guess I'm going to be taking a break for the foreseeable future. I mean, there's a couple games coming out and that have come out this year that I want to play. Obviously, like Battlefield 6 and the new Plants vs Zombies game and the new Mafia game, but I don't know at this point, you guys. I got to take some time away and think about how I'm going to go forward with my gaming career. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about the state of gaming and of the 9th generation, which is now one of the worst generations. I was so excited for the start of the 9th generation, you guys. I was looking every day, running into stores, trying to get my hands on the Series X and PS5, and man, has been a total letdown ever since then. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.